My name is Rudolph Cleveringa. I'm from the Global Water Partnership, which is an organizational platform for about 3,000 organizations in over 80 countries, basically the Global South. Coming to your question about women and climate change, or gender and climate change, I think we're not at the 30% headcount there, but trying to even beat that in terms of participation of women of all ages in these organizations. I think we're at a good 20%, and counting, so that's good. On the climate front, and I say front because it also means a frontier, an area we're crossing into. About 3 to 5 years ago, so in the context of UN Water, one of those other UNish organizations, we as a partner of the UN Water Group were into water and climate change, one of the briefs that this UN organization set up. So I think we were already there from the beginning. In our view, that beginning of climate change goes back to the days of integrated water resource management. And although it may not have been very specifically mentioned, the idea that women, not gender doesn't, but women and water had to be looked into their local context was maybe the good platform to bring in the climate dimension. So concretely, what are we doing and where? We're very grateful to have been able to launch our gender strategy last year, August, in the Stockholm Water Week. On climate change, I say we're already engaged. Typical examples, I would say, of work on gender is the giving them a voice. Not so much ceding space as more as conquering with them a space in society, so there is a voice for them. That goes from Mexico to Mongolia, and if you want to, from Estonia down to South Africa, the whole range, there's a lot of space to be conquered. Giving the women a name and a face, so not just women, rural women. What is that? No. There is Fatima, there is Maria, there is all the names you can think of. So as advocates for effective water action on the ground, fetching water, hygiene, the basic wash concepts, of course, school children, making sure that there is the facilities necessary, even of the menstrual type. Then the issue, of course, of agriculture, the issue of making sure that houses can double up also for water harvesting. Well, not the whole house, of course, but basically the roofed area or the flat areas. The work that is being done in the urban settings, so that bringing out the voice and the interests of women, which are possibly different from the interests that men usually voice. And then, okay, as I said, the climate's resilience is taking shape in form of projects on the ground, policy, say, participation, knowledge management, that is giving and taking knowledge from the local level up, sharing, say, global knowledge down, and then there is the strong element of networking. And all this together should catalyze change, sustainable change. So, big question, big answer. Second question was, what do we expect out of COP? This particular one, I should say, we expect that this new modality, if you want to, this bottom-up, this country-owned commitment orientation will be, say, followed up by peer-to-peer learning, by peer-to-peer monitoring, if you want to, by peer-to-peer support, rather than have the cap and trade downwards, so the policing, it's more of an upward one. We're very glad to see that water, which was not part of the mitigation in the past, not part of the adaptation in the beginning, is now solidly on the COP agenda. It's arrived and it will stay until we have proven with solutions that it's time to go again. So we're looking forward also to COP22 in Morocco and beyond, because we're sure that we can go from challenges and constraints to opportunities here to solutions in Morocco.